Hey guys, Justin from Dynasty Preppers. I picked up a couple of new items I wanted to go over and install today. I got the SSA trigger from Geissele and the SSA-E trigger from Geissele. I bought these to kind of improve the performance on a couple of our rifles that we have. I have a Rock River LAR. It's got the two-stage trigger in it, and I'm not super happy with the trigger, so we're going to put the SSA-E in there. I've got it set up as a little bit longer range rifle, and then in one of our shorter range rifles, we're going to put the Geissele SSA in. So let's take a look at the rifle really quick. Alright guys, so this is the Rock River Arms LAR Elite Operator. And it's got the stock two-stage trigger in it, and we're going to go ahead and replace this with the Geissele SSA Enhanced trigger that I bought, so we can do a little bit more precision long-range shooting with it. This has 1 to 4 scope on it, so it's not going to be a super long range, but I did want a little bit better trigger in it, so we can get a little bit better groupings on it. Overall, I like the rifle, but let's go ahead and replace the trigger. I'll take it to the table and show the trigger pull before and after the change, and one of the reasons why I bought these is we had a chance to take a look at them at SHOT Show this year, and really liked both the SSA and the SSA-E trigger. So this is the one we'll be putting the SSA-E in, and then I've got another rifle that I built that we'll put the SSA trigger in, and I'll show the process for both, probably split it up into 2 videos. But let's take it to the tabletop. Alright guys, so here is the stock LAR trigger. We'll go ahead and try to do a little comparison between it. Got a little bit of take up right there, and break. Decent reset, quite a bit of move there, and then break again. So we'll do it one more time here. So you've got your initial take up there, about a 1/4 inch break. Got about the same reset on it, and then break again. Alright, let's see if the 4th battery is the charm. So this is the SSA-E, and it comes with the Geissele swag pack that has some stickers and the patch in it. So let's set that aside for right now, and let's dig into what actually comes with the SSA-E. Got my home front I've been carrying. Video should have gone up on that if you want to check that out. Alright, so in the back you can kind of see the actual trigger itself. They call it the drop-in trigger, although it's not a enclosed drop-in, so it doesn't have the actual enclosure around it. Should be a fairly simple process to go ahead and replace this though. So oh, that's cool. It comes with a Geissele patch and some ALG gun lube. I'll set both of those aside too. And this is the trigger installation instructions and the warranty information. So lifetime warranty on the product. So should be pretty simple. We're just going to basically remove the trigger pins and place take the old trigger group out, and we'll place it back in the same way. So these are the actual trigger parts themselves here. Flip out. Alright. So here are our trigger components for the SSA-E. Alright, so these are your pieces here. Springs and everything come mounted already. And trigger pins. So it's got replacement pins as well in here. And let's go ahead and get the old stuff out. So I'm going to set the new trigger aside here for a minute. And basically what we need to do is we need to push the existing pins out. Just going to take a 1/8 inch pin and push that out. You should be able to go ahead and push the old pin all the way out, and do the same thing with the hammer pin here. I'm going to have to go the other way since I've got the Magpul bad lever in here. And that should release the existing trigger out. Alright, so that released the hammer out. I'm going to set that out of the way here. Now if you push your trigger far enough forward, it should pop out just like that, and your whole trigger will come out. And I've recently taken this apart and cleaned mine, but you can go ahead and clean in the receiver if you need to do that while you have the trigger out. On the Geissele trigger, on the Geissele trigger, they give you a pin to go ahead and place in this while you're taking the trigger pin out, and this will hold all the pieces together. Excuse me. So they call this the slave pin. You're going to drop the slave pin in place of the actual pin itself. That way you can not have to replace. All these will fall apart if you take it apart. So this is, since it's a drop-in, or what they consider drop-in, you don't have to put in the different pieces to the two-stage. So this will go ahead and drop in the rifle the same way the other one came out. You got to get it aligned so that the trigger goes all the way forward and then up under your safety. And then you line up your trigger pins here, and this should go right through basically and replace the slave pin. And you might need to just give it a little push, and there you go. And just make sure it's lined up on the other side and push it all the way through. Should slide in rather simply like that once you get it all lined up. It's a little hard to do while trying to film it here with the camera in the way. So there is the trigger in and in place, and then we just need to drop the hammer in. So we can go ahead and take the pin out of the hammer. Alright, sorry guys. Alexis is feeling a little under the weather today, so this video is kind of choppy. I've had to take a break a couple times to go help the kids with a couple things. So we're ready to put the hammer in. So we need to set our, this is the old hammer, this is the Geissele hammer. So our spring needs to be set up like this. It comes in the box with the spring already attached. So our spring needs to be set up where the hook is up on the bottom of that. So this is going to be your face facing the front of the rifle here. Your trigger needs to be like this, and it's going to lay in basically like this on top of the other springs there. So they do suggest that you oil that with the included ALG oil, and we should be able to just put a drop. They just want to drop right in here for the pin to slide in easily. It's a very tight fit on the Geissele, so got to drop in there. Alright, so I'm going to set the oil aside, and then we will get this ready to go. So trigger, or the spring facing this way with the hook up in the catch here, you're going to put your feet of the spring and make sure they're over the top of the other pin down there. And then you're going to have to push this down into place. Try to do this and get this on camera. Take your pin. So you have to kind of push this down in place and then slide the pin into place while lining it up. And it's not really hard to do. The hardest thing is getting the holes to line up. So the other trick is you can take a punch, get these lined up, and then run the punch through to hold things in place. So there your hammer's in place with that. Let's get the pin, and basically you can just push that right out. And the only thing you got to do is make sure it's lined up on the other side here, and just push it right into place. Alright, so there is the hammer installed. And then we're just going to test the function here really quick. And you're not really supposed to let it hit the block like that, so just let it release nice and slowly here. Again, everything looks like it's functioning well. So, and that is how we put in the Geissele SSA-E. So very simple. The only issue I had was I had to pause a few times and go help with a few things around the house here. So, alright, so here's our very light take up and pull. Reset that. So we should have a nice click there. Very little take up again. One more time. Release. And so overall really nice. I like the new trigger. Overall I think the Geissele SSA-E will be a good addition. I'll have to get it out to the range and see if we get a little closer groupings and things here. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab the other rifle and put the SSA trigger in and show a comparison on that as well. But overall I think it was worth it. And you can find that over at geissele.com. You guys go ahead and stay tuned to the channel for a lot more things coming up. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe with the red subscribe button down at the bottom. And stay tuned for new videos coming out. We have new videos coming out every Wednesday and Sunday. And don't forget to ask yourself, what have you done to secure your Dynasty today? Hi, this is Justin with Dynasty Preppers. If you enjoyed the video today, please like and share with your friends. And subscribe to the channel. We have lots of other upcoming videos like these over here. Ask yourself, what have you done to secure your Dynasty today?